9 straight wins. Raptors beat the Pacers in the clutch. Welcome back to Pros and Claws, and what a game from the Raptors. This was not an easy game. This was not a pretty game to watch. The Pacers brought off all their playoff experience in what felt like a playoff-style game as the Raptors had to grit one out with a clutch game-winning basket by Brandon Ingram with 0.6 seconds left. But what I want to break down is all the decisions the Raptors made in the clutch, because they didn't just win this game with Brandon Ingram's amazing offensive talent. They also won it on the defensive end. So I'm going to break down some of the key plays that I thought in the final 5 minutes that got the Raptors this win tonight against this Indiana Pacers team. So let's get into the breakdown. 4:35 left in the fourth quarter. Bennedict Mathurin has the ball up top. Scottie Barnes guarding, and Jakob Poeltl is guarding the screener. Here we go. Bennedict Mathurin gets locked up. Scottie Barnes says, no, you're not going anywhere. Retreat again. He's halfway to half court now, 14 seconds left. Bennedict Mathurin now is going to try to drive wide to Scottie Barnes. Scottie Barnes is going to sell him well wide of the paint into where Brandon Ingram can potentially help and Jakob Poeltl can potentially help. Bennedict Mathurin is going to go through. He's going to go for the layup, and Jakob Poeltl stepping in, putting his body on the line, and drawing the charge. Raptors get a defensive stop. Now, next possession down the floor, Scottie Barnes. The Raptors are going to play a lot of fine Ben Mathurin until it doesn't work. Scottie Barnes is going to attack Ben Mathurin and push through, draw the foul, and he's going to hit his free throw. Scottie Barnes got to the free throw line at will and did not miss a single one. Super aggressive game from Scottie. But now it wasn't just Scottie Barnes playing clutch defense. Here we have Immanuel Quickley getting stuck here. Andrew Nembhard's going to pass the ball to Pascal Siakam, and he's going to set a screen on Quickley to also screen Scottie. And what this is going to do is they're trying to force the switch, so Pascal ends up on Quickley. What happens here, Nembhard screens both men together, and when he does this, he now starts flaring out, and Pascal's going to zip the ball right back to him. Scottie is on the inside, so he has to come back to help on Nembhard, and the Pacers are able to get the switch they want. Nembhard doesn't like the first shot, gets it back to Pascal Siakam on the opposite wing, and now Pascal attacking the center of the floor, the Raptors' potentially weakest defender in this lineup, Immanuel Quickley. But Quick is here to play. He's not just an offensive player. Quickley here, he's going to play square. Pascal backing him up, takes the first bump, takes the second bump, and now Pascal's going to try to go into the swim. Quickley's going to hold strong. Scottie's going to hover for help, and Pascal is going to not get Quickley out of position. Quickley stays solid. Pascal ends up kicking out. The best part here is Pascal kicks out to Nembhard. Quickley out there for the contest, and the Raptors are able to get a stop there. Unfortunately, BI fouls Jay Huff on the rebound, but otherwise, great defense there from Immanuel Quickley when you least expect it. Now, the next possession down, the Raptors, they're going to run this little baseline curl for Brandon Ingram to get him the ball here on the block. Here they have Scottie Barnes setting a screen. He's taking away Pascal Siakam. Ben Mathurin's going to fight through this and stick with Brandon Ingram. What happens here is Ingram loves this matchup against Ben Mathurin. He's able to catch the ball here right at the low block. Scottie's going to curl out, so Pascal Siakam gets out of the help there. As you see, he has to retreat off, and Brandon Ingram is just going to rise up over Ben Mathurin here in the low block. This is an easy shot for him, a great look late in the fourth quarter, and he's going to cash this one in. It's important here because the Pacers are never going to give him a matchup with Ben Mathurin all the rest of the way. Well, the Raptors got to stop the previous possession on defense. Now here, coming off the Brandon Ingram bucket, Scottie Barnes is going to lock up Ben Mathurin right at half, and that's a backcourt violation. Let's go. Massive stop from the Raptors Defensive Player of the Year so far, and the Raptors starting to look pretty good in clutch time. So now the next possession I wanted to highlight, it's a minute later. The Pacers have tied it up again, and the Raptors are trying to get Brandon Ingram the ball. This time they have Pascal Siakam matched up on him from the get-go. So the Raptors are going to run this screen with Jakob Poeltl here at this elbow to give Brandon Ingram some room to come over to the right side on the wing and catch the ball. So as Brandon Ingram comes across, Pascal Siakam's behind him. He's able to catch the ball, and now he's able to square up here at the wing. Pascal Siakam's nice and close. Jakob Poeltl is going to come up and set a screen. The Raptors are going to go to this action a few times, and it's important to see how the Pacers adjust and how the Raptors and Brandon Ingram adjust to start getting buckets out of this. So this first look here, Jakob Poeltl is going to come set the screen. This is very important. As he sets the screen, Brandon Ingram gets in motion. Jakob Poeltl is going to push off on Pascal Siakam as he rolls to get Ingram the clearance he needs. So we're going to get into this. Jakob Poeltl, there's the push, and Ingram is now ahead of Siakam, and this gives Ingram the room to get into that step back. Pascal has to go on the underside to retreat because he's trying to help take the driveway, also doesn't want to draw a foul, and Ingram is he's deep in the mid-range. At this point, he's almost at the three-point line, but he gets tons of space to get this shot off, and he cashes that. And there you go. That's his first bucket here over Pascal Siakam in the clutch now. So now, next play down, Raptors get Ingram the ball again on this right wing. Poeltl's going to come set the screen, and as he does, he's going to push off Siakam, try to give Ingram a little bit more room. This time the screen's a lot higher, and Siakam, last time he got burned playing a little bit too low, so he's going to try to recover a lot closer to Ingram. Ingram's going to feel this arm. He knows Siakam's got 5 fouls, so Ingram is going to try to take the bump and rise up into a jumper, hopefully draw the foul. Nembhard's also stepping in here to kind of take away some of Ingram's space as he shoots. The refs don't call any foul. Ingram a little light on legs, unable to get the ball over the rim. Now the last time down, weren't able to get the foul call. So refs are letting some stuff go. Raptors are going to try again. They're going to get Ingram ball here on this right wing. Jakob Poeltl is going to come set the screen. Look at Pascal Siakam. He's like, I'm not giving you any room. Grabbing onto Ingram, but they're not calling that right now. It's fourth quarter. It's playoff style basketball. This is the NBA Cup, baby. Jakob Poeltl is going to still get the push off on the screen. And from this point onwards, Pascal Siakam is in retreat mode, and Brandon Ingram is attacking his feet and making him flip. Watch this. Siakam here retreats. Brandon Ingram crosses back over the other way, forces Siakam now to flip his hips the other way. As soon as Siakam hips the other way, he's in a retreat step, and as soon as he retreats, Ingram crosses back over the other way, back middle, going to his left. As he gets to his left, Siakam's gotten deep. He's going to get back to the step back that he's gone to before successfully. This time he's gotten a lot deeper. And Brandon Ingram's going to go for the jumper. This time, the jumper's going to go long. Brandon Ingram's starting to get a little bit tired here. They've gone to him a few times, and when you get tired, you start seeing the jumper go a little bit long because the legs aren't there. You're compensating with the arms. So the Raptors, they've only got a minute left in this game. It's a tie game, and their head scorer looking a little bit tired now coming down in the clutch time. So what are they going to do? So as we saw, B.I. was getting tired, and he easily gives up this switch, and Pascal Siakam is again being guarded by Immanuel Quickley in the middle of the floor. The Pacers get exactly what they want. One of their best players attacking one of the Raptors' worst defenders on the floor at the moment. And Immanuel Quickley is going to come up clutch again. Here he's going to take one bump from Siakam. Siakam's going to back him down again. He's going to bump him again. Brandon Ingram's going to show help here with his length. Siakam now is going to have to go to the spin move, but you got Scottie Barnes waiting there as well. Quickley does a great job when Siakam goes to the spin move, giving him a bump, taking away some of his momentum. So now when Siakam pump fakes and tries to step through, he's a lot further back, and this gives Poeltl time for recovery. And Poeltl coming with a clutch block. Look at where Siakam gets this finger roll out from. He's basically just at the circle. If Quickley doesn't have that extra bump there, he plays a little bit softer. Maybe Pascal Siakam, instead of releasing this layup here, he's releasing at the rim, and this is a bucket. But what that extra bump does, it buys Poeltl time to get there, and boom, game-saving block right there. Now the Raptors have the possession, and they have the final shot, 95-95, and I think you guys know what happens next. Brandon Ingram lining up Pascal Siakam. Pascal Siakam has 5 fouls. He has to play this clean. Brandon Ingram so far has attacked him going to his left every single time, and nothing is going to change the same way. He knows that he can get that room on Siakam by going to his left and stepping back because Siakam has to retreat. Brandon Ingram's going to line him up. He's going to drive by him, gets to his spot. Siakam's now in retreat mode. No help coming off this corner, and Brandon Ingram's going to get to the nice little jumper. Game over. And that is how the Raptors pull out this win. Brandon Ingram, that's why they brought him here. But it wasn't just him. It was clutch defense all the way through. Again, if you're enjoying this content, please like, subscribe. We're a new channel, so everything counts for us. You can also check out our Substack at prosandclaws.substack.com. Hopefully see you at the next one. Raptors keep winning and makes these videos very easy to make. Catch you in the next one.